Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an act named Angelo Nicola Giuliano, titled The Light of Life. And if we switch over to here, we have the track on the screen. We're going to be listening through The Light of Life from start till finish. We're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do this. Boom. Okay. Dope, that's kind of nice and loud in their headphones. An electric keyboard or something like that with this pretty melody going on here. Sense of classiness, sophistication from it. I think it is an organ, isn't it? It's a type of organ. You can hear that slight resonance in the background. I like the freeform sort of rhythm to it. We're not trying to stick to a click track. We've got slight variations in the phrasing of it. Rhythmically, it's cool. It's a really chill way to spend a Friday, actually. I'm not gonna lie. So we're working with some pedal notes here and some arpeggios of various chords and triads. I like the fact we've kept that style of phrasing and sequence throughout, you know. We glide here, it's definitely got those classical influences. I like little bits of tension sometimes we get within those second or third intervals. Does make me wonder how we recorded this. Do we use an actual organ or something like that? Or keys? Or do we like use a sampler or plugin or something? You can never tell these days. One of the things you have to see it to believe it, you know? How we're going to resolve ourselves. Oh, nice finish there on that chord, on that minor. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so we're finishing on a D minor chord. That's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. Because this is my conclusion of my review of The Light of Life by Angelo Nicola Giuliano. What do I think about this track? What do I think it's about? Well, I think it's about celebrating life. I should note that I think that this track, The Light of Life, is based off, it's the opening track off of the, it's off of the EP titled The Light of Life, the self-titled EP that this track's off. So yeah, it's cool. If this is the opening track to an EP, it makes sense to begin with it because it's almost saying, yo, look at me. This is the beginning of this new situation. I wonder if the journey we're going to take is like life to death or something like that, if it's going to talk about the journey that we have throughout that. I think when you have the track The Light of Life and you you work forward through it without lyrics or without vocal orientation, you just have to assume that the coloration, the chords, the harmonies, rhythms, everything else are meant to fill in the gaps for you alongside the song title. So I would say that this track is simply about the dawn of it, the world slowly waking to that light, and the tone of the instruments. I don't know why, I saw like purples and blues and stuff like that within this. Although it could just be the fact that the art is to the left and I'm being influenced by that alongside everything else on the screen. But I would say that this isn't your chirpy cherry kind of track. This is more sort of like, it's like cautiously like presenting the day. Finishing on that minor chord was an interesting choice there. I mean, I suppose we're kind of rolling through it at a rate of knots. The structure of this track was more about the journey it was through composed. We didn't have a traditional verse, bridge, chorus, because usually those are more focused on like the vocal led stuff. So when you have a classical piece like this, you know, albeit neoclassical, there's you know, I don't know how you describe it. If I was talking about classic, I'd say closer to the romantic sort of kind of stuff. You know, lots of emotion, gravity to it. We didn't have a huge amount of complexity to the actual performance itself. Like, we weren't doing lots of different rhythms. We had a fairly straight sort of groove throughout, alongside the two hands on the organ. I don't really think we needed more than that, though. Like, I genuinely enjoyed just sitting here, letting the piece play out, working between those majors and minors and putting in some like seconds and fourths, or maybe even some extensions occasionally as like lead notes. What more do you need? You know, it was nice to hear the bass and treble articulate themselves in a way that's intelligent and sophisticated, but not over the top. The performance itself was, you know, it was human. You could tell a person was actually playing that. It wasn't robotic. It wasn't you know, it's not like an 80s synth track or something like that. This is someone who's put a lot of time and effort into learning an instrument, playing it for us to enjoy. And not only from like a motif perspective, but also just because there were modulations of that throughout, you know. I like when we switch the octaves and all that. It's not just about the actual like writing and songwriting, but it's also being able to play it in a way that's meaningful and respectful to the original sort of cadence. And well done to Angelo Nicola Giuliano for that, you know. The recording, mixing, mastering was stunning. It was nice and loud without pumping, you know, there's a nice dynamic range to it. The actual recording of the track itself was interesting. I would love to know what they recorded this on. So if anyone can tell me, that'd be great. I loved the EQing of the instruments involved, you know, like I liked the way that they sat and how we only nearly needed one sort of main thing throughout the entirety of this 3-minute track, because it was 3 minutes, and 3 minutes is not in, it is not a, how do I say this? I'm looking for a certain word. It's quite long nowadays. You have tracks, often a lot of tracks that come in for me to review are like 2 to 3 minutes. So for us to just have sort of like one sort of journey that goes for those 3 minutes, to never feel bored or disinterested from that, to be able to take it and appreciate it with little bits of variety and change throughout, was something that was very impressive and special to me. When you have got that single sort of solo element there, you don't need to worry about gluing or anything like that in the mix. It's just a matter of getting that limiter to kind of stick it up there on the output without kind of creasing it or wrecking it, and I think we absolutely smashed it. I mean, all in all, this is how Angelo rolls. We're in for a good time with the Light of Life EP, and I genuinely wish Angelo Nicola Giuliano the best of luck in future, but effectively that is my review of The Light of Life by Angelo Nicola Giuliano off of the self-titled EP. Hopefully you enjoyed it, off the track-titled EP, should I say. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go and show Angelo Nicola Giuliano some love via their various social medias and a Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.